of us, these things are just a really handy way of getting from A to B. We don't really think about how we're riding, we just hop on and go.
But most of us would probably like to be a better rider.
So here goes, the absolute basics of how to ride your scooter in 5 very short chapters.
Chapter 1, braking. The guts here is look up, throttle off first, squeeze your front brake, the right lever, then squeeze your rear brake, the left lever. The front brake is more powerful, so use that one first.
And if you have to brake and find yourself skidding, look up, release the brakes, and then squeeze again.
Chapter 2, cornering. Do you go wide or do you hug the corner? The answer is enter the corner wide so you can get a better view around the corner. When you can see the end of the corner and it's clear, you can come in closer.
The other big issue is cornering technique, and the big tip here is you look where you want to go. Good riders think of it as looking through the corner to the vanishing point. Don't look down at the road on a corner, and definitely do not look at a lamppost or you will ride straight at it.
One thing a lot of riders are unsure about is where they should be on the road. The basic rule here is don't ride in the gutter. It's dangerous.
And don't be too meek, claim your part of the road, but at the same time be reasonable about it. If you're riding a low-powered scooter at a slow speed, make sure you don't infuriate car drivers behind you by making it impossible for them to pass. Incidentally, lane splitting. That is, driving between lanes of moving cars is not allowed in New Zealand.
Another thing to think about is where to stop behind cars. The tip here is to stop at least a metre back from the vehicle in front and where you can see the driver's eyes in their mirror. That way, they'll be able to see you. Which brings us to this, the biggest mini chapter, hazards. It's big because on a scooter, pretty much everything is a potential hazard to you, and you should be constantly aware so you can avoid any problems.
One of the biggest dangers of riding a scooter is that people often don't see you. Now, the only way you can protect yourself in this situation is to ride like they haven't.
And watch out for children, animals, and people unexpectedly appearing on the road. Another hazard that people don't often think about is wind. Scooters are really light and can be quite easily blown about. If it's really windy, you might want to take the bus.
But the really big one is the road surface. The idea here is to look ahead all the time and be aware of any potential hazards on the road. Things like diesel spills, icy patches, metal manhole covers, and even white lines are much slipperier than ordinary tar seal. Wet weather can make the road surface even more hazardous, so leave more room and go carefully. Good riders will move within their lane to pick the best road surface to avoid hazards.
Now, there's no way that this little whistle-stop tour is going to transform you into a great rider, but hopefully there are a few things in there that you can think about as you ride.
If you really want to improve the way you ride, there are a couple more things you can do. One is find a buddy, an experienced rider who can talk you through the do's and don'ts of riding in more detail.
And the other thing is, get some training. Take a lesson or two. It'll help make you a better rider.
All right, now that we're riding better out there, what are the laws we need to know when we're cruising around on our scooters?